guys, I'm Soyansu and today I will tell you about stars. So generally, what are stars? Stars are celestial objects which are made of plasma and gases like helium and hydrogen and is very hot. Stars are also luminous objects which produces light. Sun is the only one star in solar system and is average star or a low mass star, or you can even say medium sized star. The other star that is closest to Earth other than Sun is Proxima Centauri. Now we will learn about types of stars. There are generally two types of stars, low mass star and average star. Sun is the average star. The high mass star, massive star. The high mass star could be as big as 10 times that of Sun. Both average and massive star have different life cycles. Life cycle of stars. A life cycle of star could take billions and trillions of years. Stars also have a life cycle, but it takes so long for it to complete even its one stage. Like I have told you, it takes billions and trillions of years and a lot of years. You cannot even count it. Star is first a stellar nebula, which then changes into a star, and after a long period of time it again changes into a red giant, and after that both types of stars have different changes in them. So stars origin. So I have told you like stars are made of nebula, but only special kind of nebula. Which are stellar nebulas, which are large cloud in space which contains hydrogen, helium and many more gases. Stars are formed by elements in nebula like which are stellar nebulas squeezed together because of gravity. As you have known, everything that has mass has its own gravity. Helix Nebula and Eagle Nebula are the two nebula. Eagle Nebula is also a stellar nebula, but I don't know about Helix Nebula that much because scientists hadn't told about it. They haven't researched about it that much. But Helix Nebula is a stellar nebula, and it is said that it had already became a star, but we could not see is that because light also takes some time to reach us, and the light that we see from the Eagle Nebula is of the past. Star's middle life. So after becoming a star like a high mass star, massive star, or a low mass star that is average star, it then changes into its next form, that is red giant. An average star changes into a red giant, and a massive star that is high mass star changes into a red supergiant. After they become a red giant and a red supergiant, they go towards the next forms. As you can see, red giant star is a lot more bigger than a normal average star, and red supergiant star is also a lot more bigger than a high mass star. Average star's life cycle. An average star changes into a red giant, and after that it starts to cool down and become a planetary nebula. After the average star became all the hydrogen it is used up, it becomes red giant, and after it becomes red giant, it again starts to cool down and becomes to contract. So you know how do a star expand? Actually, the outer part of the star only gets expanded when it became a red giant. The inner core is always of the same size. So in the picture of Planetary Nebula that I will show you after some time, you can notice that there is a small core in it. Okay, but the outer layer of the star has been distributed and has now become a fragment. Has now become in fragments. The Planetary Nebula then changes into either a new nebula or changes into its next form, a white dwarf. Proxima Centauri is also a white dwarf. This is the white dwarf. Massive star's life cycle. Massive stars then changes. When massive stars change into a red supergiant, it also starts to cool down and become a supernova. And after it becomes a supernova, it can either change into a new nebula, the stellar nebula, or into two other forms. The two other forms are neutron star or black hole. So we will learn about them now. This is a supernova. Neutron stars. So what are neutron stars? These are very high mass. When a very high mass star collapses, it crushes electrons and protons and forms neutrons, creating a neutron star. A neutron is one of the densest objects in the outer space. It can be easily seen, unlikely black holes that are very difficult to see. Its mass is so high that even a small sugar cube of this neutron star, could weigh more than 1 trillion kilograms on Earth, almost as much as a mountain and even greater than a mountain. Because of its gravitational force, it also has a magnetic force. As we have already known, or I don't know about you, but because of gravitational force, magnetic force is also created. And if you know about Earth has also a magnetic force. That's why you can see the north and south direction in a compass, in a magnetic compass. This is a neutron star, and the line that you see on both upper and lower is its axis. Black holes. So what are black holes? Black holes were not explored for a long time. Only recently black holes were discovered, and it was mainly studied by a great physicist, Stephen Hawking. I think you may know about Stephen Hawking. Now we will go towards black holes. What are black holes? Black holes are actually very black objects in space whose gravity is so much that even light could not escape through it. We could not see these black holes because it traps light and do not reflect it. It traps light because its gravitational force is so high that even light could not escape through it. All galaxies have a supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy. Like in the Milky Way galaxy, it also has a supermassive black hole in the center of it. Black holes are formed when stars collapses in its own weight. So why are black holes formed? When a star, like a supermassive star, collapses in its own weight, it becomes a black hole. So this is a black hole. As you can see, it is very black, and its gravitational force is so high that even light could not escape it. That's why it is so black, because it doesn't reflect any light or does not produce its own light. That's why it is completely black. You could not see it using a normal telescope. You need a high technological telescope to see a black hole. So as I have told you, you can see in this Planetary Nebula picture, there is a small inner core here. This is the core of a star. It doesn't expand, but the outer layer of the star gets expanded and become like this. This is a Planetary Nebula. As you can see, this is Stellar Nebula. The Stellar Nebula changes into a red star or a massive star.